You're an altar of broken stones, but you delight in the offering. You have the heavens to call your home, but you abide in the song we sing. 10,000 angels surround your throne to bring you praise that will never cease. But hallelujah from here below is still your favorite melody. We sing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We sing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
And so this is where we find ourselves, right at the altar of broken stones. A place where we assemble chancels with stones that were gracefully broken, one above the other. But this time not to bring down fire, but to take up fragrance. Not as we desire, but as pleasing to the one who receives it. And so we brought our worship, sentenced our flesh to the lordship of His majesty, muffled our voices like that of the angels. These altars, imperfectly perfected by ornaments of bended knees and lifted hands, broken spirit placed side by side as candlesticks, and the purity of our hearts set in the middle like a pot of incense about to rise before Thee, ready to be taken. And so we lift our knives and sacrifice His praises on these precious stones our fathers taught us so. They taught us how to bleed. They taught us how to raise an altar, and they really taught us how to bleed. And just like the oil running from the head down to the beers, let this blood run slowly from these altars. And the one who inhabits the praises of His people begins to hear what seems to sound similar to the voices of the 24 elders singing.
Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Jesus Christ, my King is gone. All the praise is yours forevermore. Hallelujah, here below. All the praise is yours forevermore. Jesus Christ, my King is gone. All the praise is yours forevermore.
So by faith we understand that this is the best way to battle, the best way to war. If you ask me who has the greatest sense of humor, I would say God. Like He's looking at angry warriors with swords and spears and horses and chariots about to devour His people, and He sits on His throne, and all He could say is, raise me an altar of praise. And I begin to wonder, as He becomes so carried away by so much worship from the angels. But we serve a God who is God and God and God. For in the warfare is in the praise, and in the praise lies the power, and in the power lies the victory. He is God, and yes, He inhabits the praises of His people. Blessed be the people whose God is the God of Jacob. So this is how we take down territories, with our knees on the ground and our hands lifted up.
Eh, ayana mano shakata yana